So I ran across this image, right? And this is why I came up with the title of the video. The divestors are raising the new gen of women, right? And in the prom photo, you see her with her significant other. The prom date said, I know I'm not cotton, but will you pick me for prom? Oh my God. And you're going to have a lot of people that's going to sit up there and say, like, oh, I don't see what's the big deal. It's just kids being kids. So we can all see this, right? And these are stories that I have covered periodically. I have many, many more. This is just the tip or the air around the iceberg. And due to the effect of what it is that divestors are teaching, you have stories like this that are able to show up. Now, of course, some of them will roll up or they'll happen to say and deflect, like, oh, but what about why don't you talk about what it is that black men are sitting up there doing to us every single day? And they want to say every 3 to 4 hours, a black woman is disappearing off of the face of the planet, right? And they want to sit up there and state that. But I want to note to people that if they actually cared about black women, they would actually stay on topic and they would stay focused and make sure that these men who do these things to black women get prosecuted. They will make sure that this is not going to be some type of trend, in order to do things like this, right? Because the main thing that I've noticed is that the moment of time that you point out these things, people want to deflect and people don't want to focus on the actual specific topic at hand. And especially when you want to put the main point of origin right on front, when you want to give the acknowledgement, you want to give the time, right? You want to put the responsibility where it needs to be placed. But since people, really don't want to look at this or really don't like this, let's go to option C. So the reason I have all of these pictures directly up here because they all have a common type of theme in one way or another, right? Either one being the person that's going to ask one of these divestors or their daughters directly out to prom, or the simple fact of the complexion of the individual who decided to write it, right? So you see a few of them directly up here. I can't really read the one to the upper side. I think it says that if I was black, I'd be picking cotton, but I'm white, so I'm picking you for prom, right? You see a collection of those directly up here. Another one basically states it would be cool if you would be my chick at a prom, and he's using Kool-Aid in order to do that. And everybody knows that stereotypically Kool-Aid is one of the main things that black people happen to use, right? I guess some stereotypes have truth in it, right? Maybe I'm just a little bit too, sensitive about it, right? Another one says, you may be picking cotton, but we're picking you to go the prom with us. And for whatever reason, you got the one black friend directly up there deciding that this was the smartest or the funniest thing to ever do. Yeah. Another one said that, yeah, same thing if I was black. If I was black. Another person said, I may be something the night, and then you have an image of a Snickers and a watermelon. But prom, question mark. I'm not even sure what that's even supposed to be. So, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not even sure what the one on the lower left-hand corner is even supposed to be. It just seems completely stupid, 100%. And then I just actually noticed that the guy has a slice of watermelon along with some Kool-Aid in his hand. This is the most craziest, and this is what I be trying to tell people. I'm like, y'all really be allowing this is who you allow your daughters to just what? Like y'all just really allow your daughters to just be up out here because you're trying to warn them like, oh yeah, stay away from the black men directly out here because it's just tragedy just waiting. It's just horrible, it's just bad, it's just this, it's just that, right? And then on top of that, you just keep going and you just keep seeing it just gets worse, right? So you got the one black girl and they're both wearing KFC hats, and this dude talking about on his t-shirt, he's cooking. He says, I prefer dark meat, prom. Oh my god, who's raising these who's raising these girls? Who's raising these girls? Who's my God. Oh my God. It's just wow. 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 You can't make this up. You just can't make. And I want people to know this is not AI, folks. This is not Mid Journey. This is not, Da Vinci. This is not any of those things. These are actual photos which people actually made these poster boards for prom in order to ask somebody out. Wow. And then again, you got the other guy in the corner. He has, face paint on. Yes, face paint on, and he's just saying prom question mark. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Then you got the other one that's in the upper right hand corner. A lot of the words are technically blocked out. Let me see if I can read that real quick. It says something, you are racist, but I would something anything for you to, I guess, something with me to prompt. Like I said, I don't know what to tell a lot of black women out here, because I don't. Because you're going to allow a lot of these divestors to, feed a lot of trash directly into the mental of your daughters. And they're going to believe that this is okay. They're going to deem this as a joke. They're going to just scoff at it, like, oh, that's so funny. But look, he asked me for prom and da da da, and he's this and he's that. It's crazy. It is so, so crazy. But like I said before, when people have preferences, they will allow things like this to take place, and they will let things like this slide. And this is how you start, having a lot of them go into this type of slave and race play and all this other type of stuff. Like I said, if you don't believe what it is that I'm stating, they have a lot of websites where specifically black women are. And they are all for race play. They are all for slave play. They are all for being degraded. It is not a joke. And this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at these young black girls out here allowing themselves to be degraded. And this is how this grows into what some people want to consider a king. I'm like, this is what that is? Because if I open up some books, some historical books, and I start looking at what everything really was, I'm like, nah, that's not what it is. You're just trying to, in a sense, rewrite history for, whoever it is that you quote unquote love or like, or whatever it is that your preference is, to give some type of excuse. Because realistically, it's wrong to even do this at all. But like I said before, you can't tell people that. And these same young girls that you see here, who more than likely have black mothers, they're going to sit up there and raise their own black daughters into allowing the exact same thing, scoffing at the exact same thing, not taking this thing serious. And it should be taken serious. At no point in time should anything like this have been a thing. It just should not have been, the popular thing to do. Like I said, it's crazy. It's 1,000% crazy, but it is what it is. For the black woman out there that's not on the whole hate tripping divestment train and all this other type of stuff, again, I wish the best for your daughters. I really do. I hope that they never run into anything like this where somebody think that is funny to try to devalue or degrade them in any type of way, shape, or form, because they do not deserve that at all. They just don't. For the other women that are part of the divestment group, it is what it is. This is what it is that happens, and you are okaying and allowing this to be a thing for your daughters. And men like this, these teenagers are going to grow up into men, and it's going to get worse. Just like some of the stories that I showcased to you before. The moment in time that you laugh at certain things that you should take serious, the problem is going to get bigger and it's going to get larger, and it's going to be a problem that you can't even control. And there's nothing that you're going to be able to do about it. So, like I said, some people are going to have to learn the hard way, I guess.